Good. All right, so hi everybody. It's my pleasure to open this meeting. Call the meeting to order. And I'm going to ask Connie to do the first item on the agenda, which is to administer the oath of office to our two new incoming board members. And once again, congratulations to Mickey and to Susan. Great to have you join us.
So,
Thank you.
So if you raise your right hand, do you, Susan Conniff, and you, Mickey Kapoor, affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustee of the Board of Education of Bronxville Unified School District according to the best of your abilities? I will.
I confirm.
Thank you. If you can sign your oath now.
Affirmation.
Thank you, and congratulations.
You're official members, no getting out of it. 3 years sentence term.
Lock the doors.
Congrats. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session, topics of collective negotiations and employment history of particular individuals, which time we'll reconvene in public session approximately 7 o'clock.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor? Yes. All right, let's go downstairs to the executive session, please. Meet you downstairs. Okay, I'm going to call this meeting back to order. At this point, I'd like to entertain a motion to elect a temporary chairperson for the reorg meeting.
I'll move that Jack Beerwood be said person.
Second? Congratulations, Jack. The gavel is yours.
And I would now call for nominations for president. So I would like to nominate Arlene Funwine.
Did you get the second?
Yeah.
Second.
Mike seconded.
And who first?
Jack.
Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Can we have a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No.
Congratulations.
Give the
The
gavel
gavel is
back
now yours again.
to Arlene.
Thank you. Call for nominations for,
Thank you.
Well, actually, you need to call, nominate the VP, and then or I can swear you in.
Oh.
You can do it that way.
Swear her in. She's got the gavel.
All right.
She might hit somebody with it.
I hit somebody.
Do you, Arlene Thomas, solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to the best of your ability, the duties of President of the Board of Education of the Bronxville Public Schools, to which you have been elected?
I do. Okay, I will take a motion for a vice president. I would like to move that Mike Finley be the vice president. Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Did Mike vote?
Aye.
Just wanted to make sure Mike voted. Any opposed? Congratulations, Mike. Is he also
Thank
taking?
you.
Let's take the oath.
And then for the audience, do you, Michael Finley, solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to the best of your ability, the duties of Vice President of the Board of Education of the Bronxville Public School, to which you have been elected?
I do.
Thank you very much, Tony. Congratulations to everyone. Okay, moving on to agenda item 7. I think we're up to where we are, which is for board committees and liaison assignments. You should have a document in your board pack. Any questions, comments? I've spoken to all of you as we put this together. goal was really to do a kind of a balancing of getting Mickey and Susan to have good experience, also giving them a chance to understand the finance side of the house versus the relationship side of the house, kind of spread that out, and got some experience on all the other committees. So, and also, of course, based on your passions and conversations we've had. So, last chance to say yes or no. So, any comments? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the committees and liaison assignments for this next school year? Thank you, Tom.
Tom.
Second?
Second.
Second, Jack. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? I think you have some oaths to do as well.
Yes, to the Audit Committee members. Dan. Yeah, that would be, okay. Do you, Arlene Thomas, John E. Dearworth, and Thomas Kern solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of a member of the Board of Education's Audit Committee of the Bronxville Union Free School District according to the best of your abilities.
I do. Thank you, everyone. The Audit Committee is always the one that everybody clamors to serve on, so thank you. We have the best parts. Okay, adoption of meeting dates. In your materials, you have the meeting dates. I just wanted to highlight, we've made a change to September 2nd for the first meeting. Yes. Make sure everybody caught that. I have a motion to approve the meeting dates for the 2021-2022 school year.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
I have Jen.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we go through, these are so exciting. So, number 9, the annual appointments and authorizations and designations. Dan, do you want to share any of these with us? It seems just to be everything we need to do in order to keep the school running.
Exactly. We have to, various appointments of banks, of other firms we do business with, of positions within the school for certain responsibilities that are statutorily required, things of that nature.
Nothing unusual?
Nothing unusual. Very few changes, if any.
I would just point out one of the new ones this year is a data privacy officer that all districts were required to have for this year, and Brad Ashley is being recommended for that honor.
Yeah.
Way to go, Brad.
Is there anyone else qualified for that?
I hope not. Yeah. Yeah.
Compelling.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
really the only change.
That's the only
Okay.
change. The other ones, the attorneys and et cetera around there, that we're hopefully keeping for the next year, auditors, et cetera.
Okay, I'll take a motion.
So
Jack?
moved.
Second? Second by Susan. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye. Aye.
So you just raise it.
Motion carries. Item 10 is the annual policy review. For our new members, these are the 3 that we do every single year, but the proposed budget I thought was really helpful to really understand how it all lays out, kind of governs our year. Investment policy is reviewed, I think annually by the Finance Committee, and then of course the purchasing policy and regulations, which go to the heart of making sure we have competitive bidding. All of those I think have been updated in the last couple of years.
Yeah, in the last couple of years.
Yeah, so they seem fresh, and there was nothing, of course, did you have any conversations about anything that should change?
Yeah, no, we reviewed, everything was current. Coming to the Finance Committee did not recommend any changes at this point.
Okay. Any conversation? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the 3 policies that are listed in the agenda?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
A little bit of a delay.
Glad to know you guys are still there.
Motion carries.
We're here.
Awesome.
Mike
Rachel.
looks like he's put it on a loop.
I like Mike's blue Colorado blue sky. Rachel, do you want to give us a quick overview on just the impartial hearing?
Sure.
Just for our new members?
Yes, so there are a number of resolutions before you this evening that are done annually. That's because special education is highly regulated both by the state as well as the federal government. And one of those regulations has to do with impartial hearing officers. And if there is a dispute about a child's program or a student with a disability, the parents have a right, as does the district, to initiate an impartial hearing in order to review the situation and for a hearing officer to determine what's appropriate. So there is an approved list that is rotated. These people are trained by the New York State Education Department, and we must adhere to this list of officers if we are to have an impartial hearing. It's in alphabetical order. You have to go in alphabetical order. Connie, as district clerk, secures them, and there's a whole process involved. So as a Board of Education, I ask that you approve this State Education Department approved list of impartial hearing officers.
And how often do you go to this?
Hopefully as few times as possible.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it happens. We are fortunate that in Bronxville we have far fewer hearings than in most public school districts.
Okay. May I have a motion?
That's Tom.
That's Tom.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. No opposed?
I will say, as a retired superintendent, it is not fortune, it is hard work.
It keeps us off having to not use the
Yes.
list. Yeah.
It's good parents, because they've got to come to the table too, but it's hard work by staff.
Thank you, Rachel. Rachel, you want to take item 12 as well?
Yes, so along that same vein, there are approved chair people of the Committee on Special Education as well as the Committee on Preschool Special Education. We have an obligation to meet on students who we suspect have disabilities, and we have an obligation to evaluate those students. And once that evaluation is complete, we come to the committee, and that has to be chaired by people who are approved by the Board of Education. So this is an annual appointment. You'll see that I am on there, as well as our psychologists. And the new addition this year is Christine Dowd. You may recognize her name because she is a special education teacher in the district who we sponsored for 2 years to complete her administrative degree. And as part of her role next year, I'm asking that she chair our Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Good.
And you also have parent members on here, as I recall,
Yes,
too,
thank
right?
you. So parent members used to be a mandated member of these committees. Now it's the Bronxville school parents' choice if they want a parent member there. It used to be mandatory. But they do have to be approved by the board in case a parent does want them there. And they serve really as an advocate, someone who's been through the process, who's familiar with the process, almost as a mentor, if you will. So you have before you names of parents who have been through the process and are willing to step in if requested.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the resolution for the membership of the Committee on Special Education and the Committee on Preschool Special Education? I see Jack? Jen? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the draft minutes. We have minutes from the June 8th special meeting.
Parents also.
I have a motion to approve. Motion. Motion from Jen, second from Tom. Any discussion, corrections? All in favor? Say aye. Okay, now.
Aye.
Thank you, I keep forgetting, I apologize. I'm not used to having part here and part not here. Okay, so next is the public hearing on the district-wide safety plan. We covered this at the June meeting, Roy, if my memory is correct.
We did, and we were required to post it for 30 days for people to have an opportunity to review, and then tonight is to allow for a public hearing in the event that anyone wants to comment on it one way or the other. So that's what this portion of the meeting is for.
Okay, and is anything in the queue?
I don't see anything.
Okay. So may I have a motion to approve or accept the Bronxville Union 21-22 district-wide safety plan and building level emergency response plan? Jack moves.
Jen,
Jen will second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. None opposed? Motion carries. Rachel, to you for personnel items.
So before I get to the personnel items, I just want to mention that our summer program for our students with disabilities started July 1st. This is specific for our students who have significant disabilities, and these programs are in place to help prevent substantial regression. So we offer a 6-week program from July 1st to August 11th. It's mainly our students from our special classes. And that began July 1st. I want to thank the staff for being willing to continue to work throughout the summer, and also the parents for making their children available to us. So it's been a nice, smooth, exciting start.
You were the pioneers last summer, right?
That's
Yeah,
right, we
we
were
were
in
one of the
person. We were in person. It was wonderful. It was a good, one of my proudest moments here, is to have kids in person last summer. Okay, so before you, the personnel agenda items, I'm pleased to say this will bring our hiring season to a close. I think I have one more teacher aide that needs to be hired, but other than that, we're in really excellent shape. So you have before you the last of our new teacher probationary hires. Also this evening, you have before you our recommendations for teacher mentors, curriculum leaders, and team leaders. In addition, you have before you the side letter that we had discussed last month in executive session that has been approved by the BTA, so we're looking for your approval this evening, that extended the retirement incentive to one individual. In addition, we do have some teacher aide resignations, which is why I have one more hire to do, as well as some student help desk who are helping us out in technology this summer, which is a busy time, as you can all imagine, for technology, a busy time for grads, so thank you. In addition, I ask that you approve Dr. Thomas as a substitute school psychologist. As you know, she too just finished her administrative degree and accepted a position as director of PPS in Edgemont. But we do, in case there are a few remaining meetings to chair, I wanted to be able to have her chair those so there's continuity for those families and that we will be able to pick her. In addition, you have before you Dr. Levitt as our medical director, her annual contract as well, and there's been no change to that contract from prior year. And then this is the board meeting where I ask you to approve the rates for the special other stipends and the non-union hourly staff. Again, no changes from last year. At this point, there is one change to the non-union hourly staff to recognize that there was an increase in the minimum wage. And so we did have to change those hourly rates to $14. And so you have before you items A through S.
So we have a motion to accept personnel action items A through S. Jack? Tom? Thank you for that. Any further questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Connie, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Dan, financial action items.
We have a whole
Whole
slew.
slew. A contract.
They're separated, yeah, they're separated into two different baskets. A through E are kind of continuing doing business with our attorneys, our safety consultants, our food service management company, who was the only bidder on our food service program, incorporating any adjustments in the budget to the tuition rates, and also securing our athletic trainer for another season, or 3 seasons. And then F through K are kind of special ed and PPS contractors who we deal with. And
Yes.
a lot of these are, I'd say probably all of them are pretty much annual contracts that we see every year.
Any of them new? I was trying to remember. Any changes that you want us to know about?
F and G, they were new this year. Colleen O'Sullivan serves as a support to our transition for our students who age out at 21. She's been really helpful with the families to make sure that they are hooked up with the appropriate adult agencies and just making sure all of that's in good place for them for their next chapter. And G is a behaviorist. There are times when we have students whose behaviors are significant enough that we need to bring in a consultant to help train the teachers to help ensure that they continue to receive an appropriate education.
The only other one I would mention is that we do have a new director of security who started actually towards the end of the school year, Victor Trendy. Rob Lancy, our previous one, took another position at a college up the road a bit. And Victor's been on for, I don't know, 3 months or so. It's, through the Altaris
It's all
contract.
still through that
All through
contract.
Altaris.
Okay.
But we had an opportunity to interview various people from Altaris, and we're very happy with Victor as well.
I'm assuming you've also been happy with your attorneys.
Yes, very happy with the attorney.
That's the other big one. Any other questions or comments from board members? Okay, then I have a motion for A through K on financial action items. Jack? Second?
Second.
Jen? Any comments? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, anybody opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Facilities, there's no action items. And in way of a short update, we're still awaiting some doors and hardware to close out the punch list of the, really the remaining part of the large bond project. We did the fire system test on Friday, which turned out well. All is working. And the reason we're in here is because the corridor project is underway. It's all sealed off for asbestos abatement, which is starting. So, this is, the board came from downstairs where a lot of the furniture was in the hallway. Summer cleaning is underway. So this is what we do every year.
We can smell the paint.
Yep.
Just don't spell the asbestos.
Good
That will
idea.
not happen.
What does it smell like? I forget.
So Rachel, will you walk us through the policy review on the student health services? Is that yours or is that Dan? Sorry.
Student health service. Student wellness.
Sorry, I wasn't sure who that was.
That's okay.
Not it.
So this is the reason why the student health services policy is before you this evening is we want to make sure that the change in regulation is acknowledged, and that is that there no longer, religious exemption is no longer acceptable. Actually was in place last year.
I was going to say, I think it went into
That's
effect last
correct.
year. So this is just a conforming change, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay. Questions, comments on that one? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the first reading, which means we'll see it again next time.
You all did.
Okay. First reading, I need a motion. Jen, thank you. Jack, thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. No opposed. Board reports. I don't think there's been any meetings since we were together last.
There was the negotiation.
Negotiations.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to provide an update, Tom, or would you like?
Yeah, it was just, we just kind of established a framework for future meetings, and there were no substantive negotiations entered into. It was all very nice. They stepped out for an extended period of time to consult. And we have a schedule and a framework, and we expect to be reconvening and get down to the heart of it.
The next meeting is July 22nd?
I believe so. The district has come up with a draft of asks,
Okay.
which I've reviewed. The other committee members, Jen and Michael, will review, and then I think they'll be circulated to the board generally, so you will all have, there's no, transparency being the value that it is. You'll all see where it is, and I don't think we've received a similar document from the union, so we will exchange these things, and there'll be maybe a little bit of discussion about them, but that's the next step in the process.
Great. Thank you for that update. Anyone else has had any committee meetings?
We have the facilities. I can't remember whether that was before or after the last board meeting.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I blew it off, so. It wasn't.
Okay.
Therefore, nothing important got done.
There will be an audit committee coming up,
I
though.
can't see how it could have been.
All the new audit committee members.
Yeah, we'll have an audit committee meeting
Yeah,
soon. I
Very
understand.
soon. We were waiting for the new committee.
Okay. So our next meeting is September 2nd. Just want to make sure everybody picked that up on Thursday night,
Yes.
6 o'clock, our normal time. Anything in the queue from a public perspective?
I do not see anything.
Okay. In that case, I'll take a motion to adjourn the reorganization meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Jack seconds. Thank you, Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mindy, and thank you, Mike. Have a good evening.
Thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.